What's going on, guys? Tyler from the Denman here. As someone who's grown up and spent over the last decade playing Call of Duty, I think it's important to take some time and talk about one of the most influential games of all time and what its future holds in store. While Call of Duty is still one of the most popular game franchises to ever exist, it's not quite what it used to be. And when we take a look back at Call of Duty, it's common for people to try and blame only one or two games for Call of Duty's overall downfall, when really there's multiple factors into the problem. With that being said, I do believe there is one standout Call of Duty that really started the overall downfall for this game franchise. Although Call of Duty Ghost had its problems, the Call of Duty franchise is somewhat of an anomaly. While there is no denying that the Call of Duty franchise is in a state of decline, it is by no means dead, not even close. Call of Duty is still, to this day, one of the most popular franchises to date. Call of Duty is still reaching numbers that companies dream of reaching, but when compared to its prime, Call of Duty just doesn't hold up as the same as it did back when the Golden 6 games came out. So that begs the question, what does this mean for the future of Call of Duty, and how do we keep this game from dying out? Unfortunately, there is no one-step solution for this, because in order to attempt to find a solution, we have to first take a look at how this decline started. For this, I believe we have to start off with what is quite possibly the most controversial Call of Duty game to date, Call of Duty Ghosts. Right away, this game had the challenge of coming off what is quite possibly the greatest Call of Duty game of all time, Black Ops 2. This set the bar incredibly high for Ghosts, and I think that was the first thing that needs to be addressed. Almost immediately after Ghost dropped, it was criticized by the vast majority of people on YouTube and reviewers, which caused the game to be thrown directly out of the spotlight. Whether or not you agreed with these reviewers, Call of Duty undoubtedly had a lot of flaws. With its crazy fast time to kill and massive maps, the changes that were made to this game caused players to be campy and forced them to play tactically, which was a huge switch from the past run and gun style games. The reason I believe it's so important to bring up Call of Duty Ghosts is because I believe this was the game that started the decline of Call of Duty. After Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty was never the same. The games after that were just completely out of touch with what players wanted. Advanced Warfare introduced all these advanced movements as well as loot crates, and that was widely disliked by pretty much everybody. And while Black Ops 3 was a good game, it still had these movements that were pretty controversial, and it had the loot crates, but was definitely implied a little bit better. Directly after that is pretty much the laughingstock of Call of Duty games, Infinite Warfare. This game was just a massive flop all around. The zombies was okay, but it just wasn't great. The multiplayer was completely out of touch. It just didn't have what anybody wanted. The development felt completely rushed, and on top of that, it came out at the worst possible time. Fortnite and Battle Royales dominated the market, and people just did not want this rinse and repeat low effort Call of Duty game. Call of Duty World War II wasn't exactly a bad game, it just felt kind of boring, and it didn't really hold up in the long run. There's nothing really that keeps the game from succeeding, it just didn't feel like it left that much of an impact, and at the time, that's exactly what a Call of Duty needed. For a long time, Call of Duty was in a weird place where everyone was unhappy, but nobody really knew how to give the people what they wanted. Microtransactions were completely taking over, and people were sick of all these RNG-based weapons that were completely overpowered and were giving people in-game advantages and giving them pay to win. But finally, in 2019, everything changed after Modern Warfare's release. Call of Duty Warzone was an instant hit and took over on all streaming platforms and was huge on YouTube. This brought back a huge popularity boost to Call of Duty, which was greatly needed. The changes they made to the multiplayer felt very real and tactical, and unlike Call of Duty Ghosts, Modern Warfare made these changes correctly. With gun balancing and better map design, these changes felt more welcome and were not as forced as they were in Call of Duty Ghosts. Regardless to how you felt about these changes to Modern Warfare, it brought innovation to the game when it desperately needed it. And with Call of Duty Black Ops War being very split in the community, I wanted to bring light the next steps and what Call of Duty should do and what it can do to keep itself in a good situation. While there's still plenty of life left in Black Ops Cold War, I want to jump ahead a little bit into what the Call of Duty's next release could be. Although this opinion isn't the most popular, I believe that Activision and Infinity Ward should look into the possibility of making a Call of Duty Ghosts sequel. While I don't disagree that Call of Duty Ghosts definitely had a lot of flaws, it also had a lot of great potential that I personally feel was greatly overlooked. While I definitely know that this game doesn't have a lot of great opinions and the name kind of feels almost tainted, but at the same time, I feel like this has a very interesting world to it that hasn't been explored to its fullest. And while Activision probably doesn't want to take a risk at making another Ghost title, I feel like the campaign has a lot left to experience. It was left on a massive cliffhanger, and what we experienced was a story that has plenty left to be explored. This story brought in a whole new cast of people called the Ghost, and the villain Rory was definitely a standout. And while the missions in the game were definitely not some of the greatest, the story itself was outstanding and has way more lanes to explore into. Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer was undoubtedly flawed in its release. Call of Duty Ghosts redeemed itself in its DLC maps. These maps were some of the best expansions we have ever seen in a Call of Duty game, and while it sucked we had to pay for the better parts of the game, the majority of the release maps were way too big, and these additions showed that they can change up and make the game into what it needs to be, and I think that shows a lot for a developer. All the additions that they added later on were all very well thought out, and all of the maps that were added were well designed and actually fit the game, unlike the initial maps. The addition of kill announcers like Snoop Dogg were very interesting and added a lot of character to the game. Call of Duty Ghosts was also stand out in its party game modes. Infected was at its height, and games like Michael Myers, where they brought in a map and even killstreak around them, made it huge and way more exciting and fun. And while a lot of players can overlook these features in game modes, they felt new and exciting, which would greatly benefit the state of Call of Duty today. While there was no zombies in this game, they added a new and innovative game mode called Extinction. While this game mode is often overlooked, this game added a ton of innovation and still kept the gameplay exciting and rewarding. The maps were difficult, but they weren't so bad as to where it was discouraging for newer players. The classes in the game gave players a slot and a role to play, but this also gave you the freedom to play the game by yourself or use them together as a team, which gave the players a lot of options, which I felt is very interesting and exciting and is a very overlooked feature of the game. All of the maps were very interesting, innovative, and exciting. The initial map was a very good introduction to the game, while maps like Mayday and Nightfall greatly expanded the gameplay and brought in for an amazing playing experience that I would love to see again. The teeth that they added is a great possession to the game, and while the story is much left to be desired, I think the overall gameplay and game mechanics would greatly fit Call of Duty now. While this game mode isn't exactly as good as Zombies was, it was new and exciting, and it's something that's not often seen in a Call of Duty game. I believe for a game like Call of Duty Ghosts 2 to succeed, it needs a lot of new and exciting features and innovation, and I believe Extinction could be the forefront of that. And while they kind of ruined the storyline in Infinite Warfare Zombies, I feel they can work around that and make a great overall gameplay experience that was much to be needed. While originally Call of Duty Ghosts didn't deliver on its release, it definitely redeemed itself down the line, and I think this is something that they should get a lot of credit for. The reason that I believe Call of Duty Ghosts 2 would be a good title is because I believe Infinity Ward and Activision can improve on these past mistakes and make a truly decent game. They can fix the problems that ran rampant in the first game and use that to create a better version and a better game experience overall, and I think this could be a standout Call of Duty game if implemented correctly. The campaign was one of the better campaigns we have ever seen and introduced a great story and new cast and a lot of original ideas. Extinction was an original secondary game mode and did a great job filling the second half of the game and definitely felt very interesting and new. Extinction felt rewarding to complete, and a lot of the maps they added made Ghost feel more like a complete game. While I definitely feel the majority of the mistakes were in Ghost multiplayer, I feel like it had a lot of potential, and remaking it into a Call of Duty Ghost 2 can show the people that Infinity Ward and Activision can redeem their past mistakes. And while they did this with their DLCs, a lot of people overlooked it because they didn't like the initial release of the game. But I feel like if people were to overlook these past mistakes, Call of Duty Ghost 2 can be a standout game and can really improve the Call of Duty community. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and from everyone here at the Denman, I hope you have a wonderful day.